This video is about leveling up your double stops and chords on the violin, or maybe just trying to play them better. Hey there, it's Maricar, your violin friend, and yes, this video is about leveling up our own chord playing on the violin. For a little bit of inspiration and motivation, let's watch this short clip of Joshua Bell playing Bach. Observe and listen until the end. Here goes. So that was a gorgeous performance by Joshua Bell. I had the pleasure of attending that concert at Union Station in Washington, D.C. back in 2014. Joshua Bell performed free to the public, and I made sure that I was there to see the man, the legend in person, and his performance did not disappoint. Now in that clip, I noticed three things about his chords. One, it was beautifully balanced with a wonderful vibrato, and he had excellent bow speed and control, resulting in a gorgeous tone and sound. Those are the very things I want to do with my own chords. I know how to do chords, but I want to do better. And so in this video, I'd like to share with you the techniques that I'm currently learning and how I plan to implement that into my own practice. So let's go ahead and get to the practice room. Playing chords in music adds so much, whether it's musical expression or technical expression. Playing chords is fun and challenging, and I want to be able to do mine better. So here are the 5 things that I'm currently working on to help improve my chords. My teacher says to do the 5 following things. 1, to play balanced. 2, to add a beautiful vibrato. This decreases tension in the left hand. 3, to use legato when you're playing. My teacher says that this helps to efficiently change fingers. It helps to decrease tension in the left hand, helping us to produce a great sound. Now, while you're playing chords, you also need to have a really good violin posture. This one actually is simple yet mind-blowing. I notice that when I have a good violin posture, it's easier to apply the proper amount of pressure to do the chords beautifully and balanced. But if I start to scrunch with poor posture, I notice that I get more crunch, and no one wants the crunch. So the last thing, and violin students are told to be aware of their elbow in reference to the notes that you're playing. And it's no different for chords. Be aware of your elbow. This also helps with balance. So knowing those 5 things, let's talk about how I intend to implement that into a practice plan. Here's the practice plan for implementing these techniques into chords. I'm going to be working out of Suzuki Book 5. The first piece in Book 5 is Bach's Gavotte for cello. This is a beautiful piece just to play, but it's an excellent piece for practicing chords. Let's go to the measure right before measure number 1. This is like a pickup measure, and I'm looking at it right now. It's an open D, an open A, and an F sharp on the E string. My plan is to first play that chord and try to play it balanced. Once I do that a few times and I feel like I've got the hang of it, I'm going to practice that chord, adding vibrato, just the vibrato. Don't worry about the balance, just now we're just gonna play vibrato. After I've practiced that chord with vibrato, I'm going to switch over to legato, and admittedly this is where I think I struggle the most. I want to stop in order to give myself a chance to do finger changes, but this is an area to work on. So we're gonna practice each chord in this piece, first with balance, and then with vibrato, and then with legato. Once you're comfortable, add an extra skill. Do the chord with balance and vibrato. And then once you're comfortable with that, add the third one, which is the legato. And I find that this is actually quite a bit already to practice. Now, all the while remembering to have good violin posture and being aware of my elbow position, because this will help me have good balance. And there are quite a bit of chords in this piece. We're going to be looking at the pickup to measure 1. There is another chord in measure 1. There's another one in measure 3. There's another one in measure 4, and so on. You can see through the piece there's quite a bit of chords. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to work right in that very first pickup to measure 1. All right, so let's go ahead and implement that practice plan. I am in the pickup measure to measure 1. So it's an open D, an open A, and an F sharp. First step, let's practice the open D and the open A and just try to have a nice balanced sound, 50-50 on the D and A. I'm going to start with an up bow because it's marked an up bow. I think I did that one all right. So now the second part of this chord is an A and an F sharp. So let's go ahead and try to do that balance. Something's not right about that one. Am I out of tune? It's worth noting that I'm practicing this obviously very slowly. The real chord sounds like this. The second note in that measure is also an F sharp. But so I'm practicing that chord very slowly. First, let's get back to the A and the F sharp balanced. That wasn't so balanced. I definitely can improve. I did notice that I wasn't using great posture, so I'm going to do that again, keeping in mind my posture. All right, there's some work to be done there, but that's okay. I'll make a note of it. That is something I'm going to need to work on. So now the next step is to add vibrato. We can't add vibrato to the two open strings, so I'll practice the vibrato on the A and the F sharp. So I think the vibrato was okay. I found my mind going to the balance. I was distracted because I noticed my balance was off. And so this can happen where you're saying, I'm gonna focus on B, but you're noticing A, and so you kind of get off track. So let me try that again, thinking about vibrato on the A and the F sharp. I think I did a bit better that time, trying to not think about the balance and just focus on my vibrato. But I did notice that my mind wanted to move and start thinking about, oh, you're out of balance. So once again, just another thing to mark in my practice journal that I need to go work on the balance. Now, the next thing is to do legato. I'm gonna practice the A, the open D, and the A legato, nice and smooth, no stopping. Now I'm going to practice the A and the F sharp legato, nice and smooth, no stopping. now combine the 3 notes so that I can really practice that legato with the 3 notes. I think what I'm going to do is do half of my bow with the open D and the open A, and then half of my bow with the open A and the F sharp, and really try to think about smooth and no stopping. Definitely a little challenging for me because I feel like I'm doing these micro stops where I'm stopping in between the change from the D and A to the A and the F sharp. So now let's just try to put it together. Clearly this is a work in progress, but I just wanted to show you the plan and how I'm implementing this plan in real time. Good posture. I notice when I have better posture, things go better. I want to slunk, whatever the word is. I want to do this, but I got to maintain good posture because then I'm able to put the appropriate amount of pressure that achieves the chord without crunching. And lastly, I'm thinking about my elbow. I did notice my elbow was here, then it went up here. And so keep those 5 things in mind. And the plan is to do that with every chord in this piece. That's gonna keep me pretty busy. So I'm gonna need some coffee or tea or while practicing these chords. But that is one of the ways to improve playing chords and getting better. It's just to keep those 5 things in mind. Balance, vibrato, legato, proper violin posture, and awareness of our right arm elbow. So let's give this one more try. I'm actually kind of happy. And in that pickup measure, that chord is tied to another F sharp, so it's gonna sound like this. Ooh, I play the next chord. So in measure number 1, there's another chord. Feel free to go look at it on your own. Implement this practice of those 5 different things we talked about in this video, and I wish you the best of luck. So I hope you found that helpful. If you enjoyed this material, I invite you to like this video and subscribe. I try to make videos weekly about things that us amateurs and hobbyists are working on or thinking about or considering or possibly purchasing for our violin. So anyways, that is it for today's video. I wish you the best. Good luck on your chords, and I'll keep working on mine. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.